So if you don't spend some time to understand and respect the differences between the two countries and the two cultures, it will not work.
Share our life as a Korean and a Filipino couples. If you're new here, consider subscribing and press the bell icon so that you will receive a notification once we will upload a new video.
Hi guys, if you're new here, my name is Addy and today I'm going to talk about the Cancel Korea movement in the Philippines. I know that some of you may heard about it, but I just want to let you know that I'm making this video not because I want to, go with the trend, but because as a Filipina and married to a Korean, it's quite sensitive issue to me and to my husband. Cancel Korea movement is a movement in the Philippines that began when a TikToker named Bella Porch uploaded a video showing a tattoo of rising sun, if it's really the rising sun. South Korea was under Japanese for 35 years. Koreans are very sensitive about those times. I can totally understand. However, if you look at it closely, like literally, it's not the Japanese flag. It's a heart, actually. A heart that has 16 rays and looks like Japanese flag. The Filipino was upset with those negative comments and tried to defend. Of course, I can understand why. And I didn't know that until this issue came up. And so I just wanted to share to you guys what I think about negative comments of some Koreans as a Filipina living in South Korea and as a spouse of a Korean. Actually, my husband and I think about this movement is just unnecessary. But then again, I saw a video of Jitler. I think you guys know about Jitler. He is the #1 person who ignited this issue between Koreans and the Filipino, because of all those negative comments, I don't care. It's not worth the time. But then when I saw Jitler tearing up, spitting, stepping on our respected Philippine flag, that was way over the line. And when I saw that video, I was really speechless. Like I can accept that you can bash the Filipinos. Okay, bash here, bash there. Tearing, stepping on spitting on our respected flag, it's a crime in the Philippines. That I think that moment, a lot of Filipinos felt so disrespected, like I do, when I saw that video. So that's when the time, boom, the movement was born, I think. If you think it's silliness, if you think it's stupidity, you shouldn't give a damn time. And some Filipinos give a damn time, so I just apologize for that and follow Jitler. It's not worth it. So anyway, of all the comments, they have like almost the same meaning. Filipinos are uneducated, ugly, and poor. Okay, those three main things. If you guys know more about the negative comments that Korean mentioned in their comments about like Cancel Korea movement, please do comment it down below, and I'd like to know more of them, because I don't really know like 100% about the movement. So Let me know, guys. Correct me if I'm wrong. Like if I'm missing something or what. Okay, those. So first, let's tackle about some Korean netizens are saying that the Filipinos are uneducated. Some Filipinos are like saying like, how dare you say that? I mean, you're telling us that we are uneducated, but then you come here in the Philippines and study English. There are a lot of Filipino teachers teaching English to Koreans. That's the defense of the Filipino. Well, actually that's true. I live in Cebu, but I know that, and I've got a lot of friends who are teaching English to Japanese and Koreans. Anyway, I talked about my husband with regards to this uneducated word that some Korean netizens are saying to the Filipinos. And actually, honestly, we argued with my husband with this kind of issue. But then, at the end of our argument, or at the end of our debate, it was just a misunderstanding between the Koreans and the Filipino people. Because when you say uneducated, that means, it's like if you say that I'm uneducated, that means like I didn't study at all, I didn't learn at all, I didn't learn anything, I didn't go to school, like that. It's quite a powerful word. My husband told me that it doesn't mean like that. My Korean husband thinks it's a wrong term to say. Korean education and Philippine education is different. So Philippine education teaches us in a different way, different lessons, as well as Koreans learned in a different way. Just because we studied in different way, that doesn't make the Filipinos uneducated. It is just the difference in education. So if you don't spend some time to understand and respect the differences between the two countries and the two cultures, it will not work. So the next negative comment was ugly. The Filipinos are ugly people. The Filipinos are short people. The Filipinos are blah blah blah. The important thing for us Filipino is that we think we are beautiful, and our hearts are beautiful. It doesn't necessarily like our face and body are perfect, but what matters is in here. That's what we are. Mostly we are. Just so you know, guys, this is also differences between Korean and Filipino beauty standards. Korean beauty standards and the Filipino beauty standards is quite opposite. So, and I don't think a lot of Korean knows about it, and I'm not sure if a lot of Filipinos knows about it. For example, in Korea, sexy is like skin and bone to the Filipinos. Now, if you have a skin and bone in the Philippines, I'm sure that your friends will tease you. Philippine beauty standards, we love the curves. The Coca-Cola bottle curves, okay? Bottle curves, not the can. So it's really different, and I can understand why Filipinos are so defensive that the Philippines got like a few Miss Universe title. I can totally understand, but don't be upset when anyone says that we are ugly, because we're not. As long as you know yourself, as long as you know you are beautiful, that's it. Okay, so the last negative comment was the Philippines is poor. Okay, the Filipinos are poor. It's poor. Poor. Okay, the Philippines, our country is, yes, it is a fact that the country is poor. However, not all Filipinos are poor. If you say the country is poor, means yes, that's true, I think. However, not all Filipinos are poor. not everyone, okay? Yes, Korea is really a developed country. Koreans are so lucky to have Korea, that being a rich country. But then my husband would always tell me like he couldn't understand why some Koreans would think like that, they would look down to those countries that are poor, when in fact 30 years ago, 40 years ago, correct me if I'm wrong, Korea was poor, and then the Philippines was rich. But remember, Korean people, guys, remember where you came from. That's just my point, because I was really amazed. I was overwhelmed by Jitler. Like he uploaded a video that he will never apologize to the Philippines because he was speaking in Korean. He will never apologize to the Philippine people or the Philippines because the Philippines is a poor country. I was like, what? I was like, what? When I heard that first statement of his, I was like, me and my husband was like, oh, done. We're done with this. We're done. No, we're not gonna watch this. And so my husband couldn't understand why some Korean netizens would look down to Southeast countries because they are poor. We are poor countries. It's just, I don't know. I don't think, yeah, just like I said, it's not worth it to give time, okay? So I think that's it. If you guys want to see more videos, please hit the like button and let me know your suggestions, recommendations, violent reactions down below. No bashers. I'll delete you and block you. And if you haven't followed me on Instagram, please do so at Corpinay Couple. Okay. Alright guys, I see you guys next time. Annyeong!